Hello, and welcome to this week's Schreiber Council meeting. Before getting into the full meeting, Mayor Mullins presented Councillor Morrow with his 5-year service pin. Council has also established a new Discovery Center committee to help with the ongoing operation and direction of the center. The Discovery Center will be opening up for the season next month. Schreiber will also partake in a program intended to draw more immigration into the area as businesses struggle to find workers willing to move north. Tonight's agenda is up next. Thank you for watching.
Good evening and welcome to our Council and Committee of the whole meeting for April 22nd. First of all, I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Robinson Superior Treaty Territory and that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and the Métis. Can I have approval of the agenda for tonight? Everybody's good? No, is there any disclosures of interest? Hearing none. We do have one delegation. It's Mayor Mullins. I would love to present Mr. Morrow with his 5-year pin. Oh. Question for you? Nothing. Okay. Minutes of the previous meeting. Resolution 123-25. Moved by Councilor Bryson, seconded by Councilor Bergeau, that the minutes of the Council and Committee of the whole meeting held April 8th, 2025 be accepted as circulated. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution 124-25, moved by Councilor McGrath, seconded by Councilor Morrow, that the minutes of a special council meeting held April 15th, 2025 be accepted as circulated. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Business arising out of the minutes, committee of the whole recommendations. Resolution 125-25. Moved by Councilor Morrow, seconded by Councilor McGrath. The Council accept the 2024 annual summary report for the Schreiber wastewater treatment plant as prepared by the Ontario Clean Water Agency on behalf of the Township of Schreiber. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Accounts for payment, none. Unfinished business, none. Other business, bylaw 120, or resolution 126-25. Moved by Councillor Burgeot, second by Councillor Bryson, that bylaw 23-2025, being a bylaw to establish a Discovery Center Committee, be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. Discussion?
Just one quick question. The list of the members, who was the member from the Historical Society?
Oh,
Ted?
no,
Don?
oh, Ted, did you say Ted?
Yeah, I'm not sure who.
I think that
yes.
is who it is. I could be wrong, but I think it's.
Okay, that's it.
All those in favor? Carried. Committee of the whole portion of the meeting. Department reports and committee/board minutes. Economic Development Officer report. Status update.
So-
Amy with us tonight, so
Thank you. For grants updates, we submitted the Seniors Fair Grant for 2026. Canada Summer Jobs, we applied for 6 students, 3 Public Works, 2 Discovery Center, 1 for the town office. Unfortunately, there's only 1 student awarded this year, and that position is for the Discovery Center. I have reached out to them to see if there's any way we can add more students or if there's anything else we can do. I'm still waiting for a response. We'll be at Nome in the next couple of days, so the mayor and I discussed maybe talking to some of our MPs about they can help us out with that.
What did we have last year for some reasons?
5.
Seems like you going?
and going back a bit, I think, and I believe it's since I've been here, so I think it was the spring of 19. We put in for 5 or 6 and we only got 1, and then we had to reach out to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's happened before. Do you know if it happens in any municipality?
I don't know, no,
I seen Nibbigan just advertising tonight for theirs, so,
Mhm.
yeah, so.
You guys
we're
have
gonna
been
talk
going to
to other
Nome, huh?
towns.
No, so we're gonna talk to
We're
Patty.
gonna talk to other
Good.
towns,
Yeah.
and I'm sure we'll see
See if there's
a few people there, for sure.
Good. OTFC grant, we had the initial budget was restructured, just to suit the program that we've kind of changed a bit, so submitted and approved, so the township can move forward, starting to get that program ready for July. Economic Development, I'll be attending NOMA tomorrow till Friday. Next week, Ron and I will be attending the Teeny Tiny Summit in Manitouwadge on Tuesday and Monday. I've been talking with Suzanne from Superior Country. We had some good meetings. We're trying to utilize as many programs with Superior Country as possible this summer because of the whole thing with the U.S. tourism is picking up here. So we want to make sure that we can bring as much to Schreiber as possible. And we've come up with some good plans to bring some stuff, some things to Schreiber. So been really good working with her. Our last economic meeting was March 24th. Our next one was scheduled for this coming Monday, the 28th, but today a few members had to switch, so we have changed the date to May 6th at 6 p.m. And then we attached a copy of our minutes of our last program, and we're still mainly working on focusing on the implementation of the 5-year strategic plan and the tasks that our committee should be doing, and then the website update and just a few other future plans that we hope will benefit Schreiber. Lastly, Discovery Center. Now that the Discovery Committee has approved it, I believe, now we can schedule our first meeting, get that ready. Prior to that, Ray and I have been working quite a bit on getting stuff ready to go. So.
Good. Okay, number 2, Economic Development Officer report on terms of reference for the Economic Development Committee.
Okay, so we updated the terms of reference, the previous one, providing the tasks and the stuff that people were asked to advise on. We updated it to our new 5-year strategic plan, our 5-year strategic implementation plan, community revitalization and improvement, plus other things. As for 3.6 section, it was talked about secretary being voted on, but we removed that because I am the official secretary on behalf of the town. I'm representing being the secretary of the committee. Section 4.5, council representative has been added as part of the quorum. Right now, we have 4 people in the group as a committee, so one of the council members will be part of the quorum. We'll have that announced at the start of each meeting. We'll be representing that part of the quorum. And the minutes and agenda used to be sent out 2 days prior, but now we moved it to 7 days prior so that people have a lot more time to schedule the meetings.
Any questions?
Most people.
Mm-hmm.
It works.
Okay. Number 3, the Economic Development Officer Report, Beautification Committee Storage Shed.
So I'm asking that the council approve in addition to the budget to purchase a storage shed for the beautification committee. Currently, they are storing the items at their house, and they've stated that they don't have any more room, and because it's filling up their garages and stuff, it's actually becoming a danger to to them. So for convenience wise and safety wise, I suggest that we put up a storage shed on town property where all these items can be stored in one spot, and there'll be no inconvenience to the current community.
Do you have an idea, Jamie, where?
Yeah, we think it's gonna go out back on this property, by the
Okay.
The dog run.
by the dog
Oh, yeah.
part there. If you see the quotes I put in there, they have Amazon with deliveries $903. Severios just said he has no availability, it'd be way too much right now. And Home Hardware, total tax is $1,129. I'm a big believer in supporting local, but also this will, if there's any issues with this, putting this together or anything after, it would be nice to have Home Hardware's, staff availability to us too.
What size is that, Jamie?
10 by 10.
10 by 10.
So that's the very same one that's over at the cemetery.
No,
No, this
No,
No.
but you're doing a steel shed.
steel sheet.
we're doing 10 by 10 steel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the one at
Still-
the cemetery is wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, with steel, but and the base though, the base is about 400 plus at the cemetery, but Tammy and I figured out with materials and that, cost of things going up about $600. So that combined with, what shed you decide to go with, you're looking at 15 to, $1,730.
Sure, you probably explored this, Jamie, but nothing existing surplus or material we could use that we have on hand to build anything?
Not that I know of, no.
Where are you thinking? This is gonna come out of capital, Rhonda? For 2025?
Yeah, we're putting capital.
I don't think it's right that they store this stuff in their personal.
No,
And
absolutely not.
these people work hard when they go around watering plants and pots and stuff.
They do work hard.
Yeah, to me, this is like the least we could do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should support them.
They don't ask for very much.
No.
They really don't.
No, they don't. They got a very good committee though.
Yeah,
I mean, all their committees are
okay. But these guys, yeah.
Basically, this is the same shed I have at my house. It's held up well over the years and stuff.
So there.
Okay, yeah.
How many screws?
So they bring it forward this meeting.
Okay.
Okay, economic development report, immigration letter.
So I recommend that the council of Township Schreiber agrees to submit this letter to the Honorable David Piscini, the Minister of Immigration, on behalf of the township. This is a letter that the Thunder Bay Chamber of Commerce submitted, showing their support for our area. But we want to send it out on our own as well to show that our support for rural areas and the importance to have a proper immigration program, because we have multiple businesses that use immigration, and we believe that it's very much needed in Northern Ontario. So what they've done is come up with a more short-term plan, what I believe. So this is just stating that we want to be a part of everything, and we see the importance and hope that the ministers are looking at a more long-term goal. So,
You guys should have a chance to meet with CEDC at NOMA.
Yeah,
As well.
and I believe they got a presentation at NOMA too, and
About immigration,
Yeah,
gather a
we-
bunch of data and information.
we'll be wandering around looking and chatting with whatever representatives they do have there.
Yeah.
And for sure.
Yep.
Okay.
I like the letter.
Number 5, the committee meeting minutes.
anybody have any questions?
No, I don't think so. Hearing none, we'll move on to number 6 then. CAO clerk report, monthly update.
Okay, so our finance department is making progress on the completion of the 2023 year end. Once that's complete, she's going to put all her efforts into finalizing the 2025 budget for council to review and approve. Public Works, their winter operations this year, I believe, were a bit challenging thanks to Mother Nature, but they handled it very well. And I think it was a successful winter for them. The recreation maintenance crew, you can't say enough about them. I mean, they had a lot of shoveling to do this past winter, unfortunately. And I think they kept everybody safe and the buildings in good repair. So kudos to them as well. For recreation, we've planned Earth Day, Canada Day, Heritage Days. Letters went out last week to 26 potential sponsors for Heritage Days. So hopefully we do receive some feedback from that. I did put a deadline on the letter. We have not done that in past, just to say that, you know, if we don't hear from you by May 7th, then we're going to count you out. And if it comes, then it's a bonus, but at least we'll have a firm deadline to plan with. Economic development, Jamie, he continues to explore funding opportunities. The health and safety grant has opened up. So now we're just, we have to do a meeting with them actually on the 29th. It's like a virtual webinar.
How to, yeah.
Before we can put the application in, so that's exciting news. Administration, poor Cecile, we keep her busy with keeping the council meetings and our day-to-day affairs in order. Bonnie's making some really good headway on digitizing the office, which is exciting. She keeps us entertained at the staff meetings by telling us about some bylaws from days gone past, which are really interesting. We heard about a horse and buggy bylaw.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, which was really cool. And so, yeah, it's been fun listening to her, what she's finding. Our municipal law enforcement officer continues to monitor animal violations, parking. And with spring approaching, hopefully she'll be busy monitoring cleanup situations. Our senior center committee continues to work closely with Kathy, even though she is working from home, but nobody has skipped a beat. Everything has gone off without a hitch. So kudos to everybody involved with that department. And just from myself, with the 2 levels of government holding elections this year, there's been some hiccups, but nothing that I don't think that our team can't handle. But our continued teamwork and forward thinking will be the foundation that the next municipal council will need. So I think everybody's doing a good job pulling together. So thank you, everybody.
Sound like you, Ron.
Yes.
I think things are going pretty good for the time. Want me to move faster, eh, Dave?
Do.
Okay, CAO's clerk report on the Moose Hide campaign.
So we did receive correspondence from the organization to hold our own event for the Moose Hide campaign, which happens every May 15th. To my knowledge, we have not done it in the Township of Schreiber yet. So I think it might be a good opportunity to partner with our neighboring community and all the rest of the communities in the Robinson Superior Treaty. So I've included information for council's review. My recommendation to celebrate would be to hold an event at the municipal office in the gym. Order 100 pins to give away at the event to promote awareness and support for the campaign. Offer tea and coffee to the participants, take donations for the organization possibly, and invite Pace Platte First Nation to partner with us. I think they would be a good partner and maybe could provide a little more insight into, how this affects them, locally, which might be nice. And we could also invite Lise Bourgeois, our MPP, who's also Indigenous, and she could probably give us some good support for this day.
I think that's great.
I like the event, but can I just recommend we start? The first step is to contact Pace Platte and
Sure. Yep.
just to see if they're planning anything, and then to invite them to partner with us if they're not.
Okay.
I've never heard of them actually running one of these, but it could be that they do, we just haven't heard about it.
Yeah, they
Right.
may have some good ideas.
But I think to start with that, I love the plan. I think it's a good project and it's a good way to bring awareness.
Yeah,
But I would start with that.
really want to work with them to
Yeah.
make the event work
Yeah.
here.
But it's a good project. I'm glad you did this, Rhonda. That's awesome.
Okay, thanks for that, Ron. Director of Operations status report.
So things at the wastewater treatment plant have been going well. We did receive notification from the Automation Now and the ESA Authority, the Electrical Safety Authority, has provided a list of defects. He checked up on the inspections and has now issued a certificate of acceptance. So the project is now 100% complete. Aqua reported a non-compliance for the wastewater, and that had to do with the VOD and TSS again. It's just taking some time for our running annual average to come down, but our numbers from month to month have been good. It's just taking time to lower that average. At the water treatment plant, we had an AWQI incident, and that was for the HAAs. Again, it's the running average that continues to be high, but our weekly numbers are low. I've included the month of March to show you the tank levels and the water usage for the month.
Tammy, just one,
Sure.
that first paragraph there, our office reported the chlorine injector pre-filter is now on standby.
Yes. The smart meter that we had installed in September on post filter is now the duty smart meter, and the one pre-filter is on standby and will remain in good working order should the day ever come that we need to use the chlorine contact loop and go back to the old way of supplying water. If they're doing maintenance on the tower for any reason, we'd have to revert back. So it's in standby at the moment and will be maintained as part of their preventative maintenance. So our chlorine residual has come down since April 6th is when that was turned off completely. So the our chlorine residual has dropped to a much more reasonable rate of 1.3 average. I did have a quick conversation with Brian Paulsetter from Terrace Bay, There has been some talk about possibly eliminating the spring cleanup, but we'll have to wait for further direction from Terrace Bay on that, since they're the lead on the spring cleanup. He will, in the next week or so, let me know a concrete date, but generally it's the week before the May long weekend that we'll have spring cleanup here. The CCR band, as you know, canceled March 29th, but they carried on with a dance with just playlist. And Junior B hockey was in town that night playing, so they certainly did their part at supporting the event. I've included in your package the financial summary for the night. It wasn't great, but we didn't lose any money either.
For a last minute thing, Tam, that's not bad.
Yeah, so we do have the CCR band rescheduled for May 3rd.
Questions? Okay. Director of Operations, Aqua expense request.
So we have a couple things here that they're asking for a request. The chlorine analyzer was recently approved at the last meeting, and that was post-filter. The chlorine analyzer on the contact loop is the same age and is also obsolete. And again, if we ever need to use the contact loop, we need to maintain the parts there. So it's suggested that we replace that one as well with the new one, and that comes at a cost of $10,220. And then the backflow prevention service is an annual service that is part of our operating budget. That expense request is at $1,940. So because we haven't got the budget passed yet, I need approval from council to proceed with both of these.
So tell me, back on January 28th, we approved $5,295 for critical parts. And if I'm right in my thinking, that is a 2025 capital project, right? Critical parts?
No, the critical parts is part of operating.
It's
They're
operating.
consumables, and we would look at purchasing that every year.
So then on March 25th, we approved $9,101 for that analyzer. Now that's capital, right?
Yes.
So that's cap. So then with this 1,940, you're saying that's operating?
Yes, that's for your backflow prevention service.
And then the 10,220, is that going to be capital?
That's capital as well.
So you're going to work the two amounts into operating, and the capital would be presented when the 2025 budget comes to be.
Yes.
Okay. Are you expecting any more expenses from Aqua before we start looking at the 2025 budget?
At this point, I'm not expecting it.
Okay.
But I can't promise anything.
That was the only questions I had.
You see they inspected the pass lines and then they.
Yes. Yeah. They have dates on their board, what days they've put in the maintenance kit, so that's all been rebuilt as of March 2025, last month.
I think that's.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Are we good with the? I'm good with the expense?
From reading Tammy's presentation, I don't think it's optional. I'm just trying to make sure that we're tracking it as the budget comes along.
Okay, Director of Operations report, like the bus road.
So I received an email from Erica Parent, and she is looking to do a fundraiser for the hospital. And she's got quite a plan pulled together that she's going to involve the both schools and the school from Terrace Bay as well. She is asking if council would donate the use of the ball field for that day. And should it rain, she's hoping to use the gym as a backup. So she would require some table, chairs, garbage cans, access to the washrooms, staff to set up and tear down, and then the gym as a backup.
No, it's not much for that.
That's not much, it's a great event plan.
Yep.
We'll look forward to seeing that one.
Yeah.
Okay, then move on to Recreation Festivals Committee meeting minutes.
So these are the minutes from the March 12th meeting. Does council have questions about anything from the meeting?
No, we're moving forward with it, pretty good.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to look at the email that came out on April 22nd from the reunion committee? That, just to confirm all these bits and pieces to this?
Replied and.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's all been
Yeah.
taken care of? Beautiful.
Today, actually, he had a conversation with her and everything was finalized.
Yeah.
It's all done. Good.
Okay, hearing no more. Number 12, Aqua Schreiber Water and Wastewater Treatment System reports, February 2025 and March 2025.
Both reports don't have any red flags for me. If you pay attention to the sludge numbers, you can see that we have been increasing those numbers. So we're bagging on a regular basis, and that's been going really well. We're just about caught up on the bagging, but the new fella that they have down there has been pretty diligent, and the bagging system is operating well at the moment.
Tammy, it's expected we're gonna use less chlorine gas, right? Now that we're not pre-chlorinating?
At the water treatment plant, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So then, I guess my only question, February the 5th and March 27th, now granted that's, but you could look at that as being 2 months. 2 purchases of soda ash. Are we using more of that now?
No, I would suspect that, I can confirm that, but I would suspect that, it was ordered at 2 different times. It is a month apart,
Yeah,
and, you'll see soda ash in past years pretty regular,
okay,
because that does go bad if it sits.
okay.
Okay, hearing no more questions. Move on to communications.
The only one I seen that we might want to support is number 5. Deals with Ontario workers. They're not a raise since 2018.
Yeah. DSAP's made presentations and had delegations with the ministers at both
Yeah,
AMO and Roma. I can definitely get you copies of their packages too, for sure, which will give you a lot more information on what they've put out. they're quite aware. They've been asking for the same thing for increases.
Yeah. So should we
But
wait,
I think,
wait for that or support this? This one?
up to you guys.
Yeah,
Either way,
I think-
I wanted you to know that DSAT's actually on that too, but
okay.
I can get you copies, but there's no reason we can't support
Yeah,
it.
I think we could get started on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Support it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, move on to unfinished business, the AMO 2025 annual, excuse me, general meeting and conference. Speaking to that, who's going to be going to it? We got the room bookings already for myself, Councillor Bourgeois, and Rhonda.
You feel there's a need for a mayor and a councilor to go?
Yeah.
Don't even, it's August.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hawaii.
Oh,
Thank you, Tammy.
thank you, Tammy. I'll be feeling bad then.
Yeah, I don't know, unless I take vacation to go to this, I can't. I should like dates change, but, yeah. I would hate to commit and then no money for the bank or.
You're saying you can't, Anne Marie, or?
No, I'm trying to give I'm an equal opportunity attendee.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay, leave it as is then, by the looks of it.
Okay.
And I know you're gonna tell me, listen, I'm going nowhere, you're not, so. Okay.
Okay, let's move on to other business, Lake Superior High School, corsages and boutonnieres.
Yeah, so they sent us correspondence just asking if council would support the program again this year.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, with that being the last item of business, resolution 127-25. Keep him here.
Read it slow.
Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the meeting now adjourn at 7:37. All those in favor? Carried.